afternoon. How you doing?
Is it afternoon?
I don't know.
I've been up so long I can't tell. And
I have too. This was a night.
Oh, you want to get into it?
I mean, there's sun out. You know what? No, I don't think I slept.
Oh, no.
And it was just like I'm in pain in the body and the.
Oh man!
But I also was like in a twilight all night, like where I wasn't sleeping, but I also wasn't awake.
Oh.
Which, like, I don't know. I turned on shit at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and I was like, what are you doing? Just roll around in the bed, on the couch. So much so.
Just roll around. It's
to
fine.
Where, you know what I needed today?
What do you need?
The theme from Rocky.
Absolutely. It's so good. It's anthemic, one might say.
It is. And by the way, that's not the name of it.
Wait, what is it? What's the name?
It's called Gonna Fly Now. It's called Gonna Fly Now.
Huh.
Yeah. Huh. And what's interesting is I was doing a little research on this whole song here.
Okay.
Because it is a song.
Yeah.
Bill Conti,
yes.
mostly known for doing most of the music. But it's co-written by Ayn Robbins, A-Y-N, so Ann or Ayn, I'm not sure, and Carol Connors, and Bill Conti. Yeah. And here's the thing. I don't know if you've ever heard the lyrics to this song.
There are lyrics?
All the shit they're singing in the back.
There's
after
lyrics?
Yeah. You hear the little choir going, ba, 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 all that shit.
Yeah, I didn't know
Here's
they were
the
saying
lyrics.
Anything. Okay.
Trying hard now. It's so hard now. Trying hard now. And then getting strong now. Won't be long now. Getting strong now. And then it ends with gonna fly now, flying high now, gonna fly, fly. Horrible lyrics, right? Actually, there's a whole little section that is in the actual copyrighted song. Sorry,
thank you.
Lawyers, they're listening. That there's a line that is not sung in the song. This is so fucking interesting to me as a songwriter. And it's the middle part. So right after the trying hard now, which is the first part.
Yeah.
It goes, oh, he's ready. Gonna make a move. Yeah. Oh, he's ready.
Oh, he is.
And making moves. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And here's what you should know. Here's what you should know about this. Gonna Fly Now, parentheses, theme from Rocky, was nominated for Best Original Song for the Academy Awards. I believe it was the 49th Academy Awards.
Oh.
I'm reading that. Don't think that I would know that off the top of my head.
Oh, I just thought
However,
you had that.
it lost to Evergreen from A Star Is Born.
Okay, that's fair.
Barbara, little Chris Christopherson, while also achieving a #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. It's hard to think of songs that were like Best Original Songs. Happy, maybe, from Pharrell. There's a few.
Yeah.
That Justin Timberlake, I got this feeling, it's in my bones. Whatever that song was. I love that
Can't
fucking
Stop
song.
the Feeling. I love it so much, can't remember the fucking name of it.
I do. I love that song. I'd get there. You know what I mean?
I do.
But it's like, what's funny is that there's like only, I think it's, the lyrics are only 30 words long. So you can put this in your category of do lyrics matter for songs? Sometimes.
That's funny you bring up the
what did you think about Rocky?
Oh, well, you already know the answer to this question. I've seen Rocky 2 through the end of the series, through the Creed movies, which Michael B. Jordan, fucking great. I've never seen the original Rocky.
Okay, real talk.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Why?
It sucks. Paulie is horrible. Adrian is not a good actress. Sylvester Stallone is not really come into his own. It's not a very good movie. Everyone remembers it wrong. If you watch it, there are so many long sequences that make no damn sense, that are not well edited, not well shot, not well acted.
I don't want to see it.
No, you should, but it's not very good. It's not very good until the end, especially.
It's funny because it's just one of those movies that growing up a poor latchkey kid in the UK, I'm gonna bring that back. I just never. It was not a thing that was around all the time. Neither was The Godfather. I didn't see The Godfather until like fucking 10 years ago.
These are very late 70s American things.
Yeah.
Plus, it's kind of before your time. Like, it's in that weird spot where it's like 1976, 1977.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's kind of before, like, so for my generation, for the people that are like roughly around me,
about my generation.
this is us, like, you know, we'd go home and put down like a blanket on the floor and start acting like we're a boxer. And
oh, fantastic.
yeah,
I do remember practicing with some empty bottles after I watched Cocktail for the first time.
Yeah, same thing. Exactly the same thing.
Exactly the same thing.
Now, did you see Cocktail 2?
You mean Cocktail as well, or Cocktail 2?
I believe
the
there's
sequel?
Cocktail 2.
Electric
Wasn't there with
Boogaloo?
the Brian guy?
Brian Brown?
No. What was Cocktail 2?
Brian Dennehy?
Kelsey. Hell, I was going to say Dennehy, but it wasn't. He's the Australian guy.
Brian Brown. Isn't that the guy that was in the first one? Yeah, something like that.
Come on. What was Cocktail 2 called? Hold on.
Electric
Let me see
Boogaloo.
if-
We talked about this.
God damn it.
All right, what is it?
Well,
Have
this can't be right.
Okay.
God damn it. Google is so screwed up in AI. Cocktail 2 starring Shahid Kapoor, Rashmika Mandanna. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not it.
Cocktail. Oh, yeah.
Wasn't there a Cocktail 2 with
I don't
Cruise?
think there was a Cocktail 2.
Wasn't it so good?
I know there was a Grease 2.
AI tells me there are no plans for a Cocktail 2
Yeah.
or a sequel to the 1988
But the actor in
Tom Cruise
Cocktail's
film.
name was Brian Brown. You're welcome.
It was Brian Brown.
Yeah.
Brian
Because
Brown.
he was also in a great fucking movie called FX Baby, where
Oh,
he was a
so
special
good in
effects
that.
artist. It was
He
terrible.
was so good in that.
It was not good.
All
Speaking
right,
of
everybody, let's get this started. Welcome to Two Shots Music Pod. My name is Michael St. James. That guy over there is Stu Miller.
Hi.
Hey, you can follow us everywhere you follow people at Two Shots Music Pod. That's the number 2 Shots Music Pod, and give us a little download there on the Apple Podcast. You can, when you want to hate the show, you go all the way and you go, I hate it, 5 stars worth. Like all
Yeah.
like
These are 5 stars of just pure rage.
Yeah, you want to turn it
Rage
all
stars.
the way up to hate.
Ooh, rage
so you
stars.
just hit as many stars as you can. You
Yeah.
hate it as much. So
Yeah.
that's how you can rate and review us over there on Apple Podcasts.
Thank
if you
you so
really
much.
hate us, you want to
Yeah.
follow us on Spotify for this podcast if you're listening there.
Yeah.
Because
If you're
that's
really
the best way to show
not
how
in the
much you
mood.
hate music business and music people.
Yeah,
Is to follow
and-
them on Spotify.
Because they're all following their dreams and you are not.
That's right. That's right. That's
Shots
right. So,
fired.
come on in. Let's get this bad boy started. So how you
Yeah.
doing? How are things going other than haven't seen Rocky 1? How weird. Look, I'm not going to look,
Hey,
you don't need to feel bad
now.
about that. This isn't like akin to not seeing Star Wars. Like I do
What's
know
Star
a
Wars?
few people who have not seen Star Wars 1 or 3, whatever. Don't get at me, you Star Wars
You're
geeks.
doing
about
it
the
all wrong,
trilogies.
and I don't know what Star Wars is.
Or 6. I don't know which one it is. Episode 5.
I'm just getting sadder by the moment. I don't know. It's just like I'm sagging
I know
in my
what
chair.
it is.
I know what it is.
I know what Jar Jar Binks is the big sloth guy, right?
Yeah,
like
he's
I know
the
what
guy
it is.
that tells Greedo to bring him his damn
dates
money.
Leia in the costume. Yeah, I know what it is.
No, that's Padme in the bikini.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jar Jar
That's
Binks
true.
is the bad guy. Have you heard this
Robert
fan
Pattinson
theory?
as the ninja guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
Twilight the Vampire. Yes, there is a fan theory out there that there's another Sith Lord above Palpatine, and it's Jar Jar Binks. That Jar Jar is a Sith.
God, I hate this.
I
hate-
know, and it was
You
all
know
a
I hate
ruse.
Jar Jar too.
I know you do.
I
I'm
I
glad-
have to. That's on my card.
Yeah. You get your generational card. Well, I did not watch Rocky, and I did not watch Star Wars. I did, however.
Okay, that's what I want to see is Rocky kick the shit out of Jar Jar Binks.
Well, I mean, we could probably make that happen.
Yeah.
You know, AI, you're all so fucking bent out of shape about, can make that shit for you.
Oh God, I couldn't I?
Yeah, you could totally do that until somebody from,
they'd
like
both
Disney
have,
comes
like,
along and says
7
some
fingers.
type of IP violation.
Yeah,
You
like
You
that
can't-
matters anymore.
Yeah, I know. Like that matters. Your feelings don't matter. I watched, speaking of best original song, I fucking watched Robbie Williams' Better Man movie.
Oh my God, of course you did, because you're a fucking UK person.
Have you seen it?
Have you watched TikTok at all? Like, we're all the Americans are like, I'm sorry, we don't care about Robbie Williams.
It's fucking awesome.
I know he's big over there, but we don't care.
The movie's fucking great.
It is not.
It is
Stop
great.
it.
I really enjoyed it.
He's an ape, right?
It's not as simple as that.
But it's basically like a pop star who is not human.
Nope.
Okay. Well, then they're packaging it wrong.
Then you're packaging it wrong.
Your package is nice.
I enjoyed it.
You did.
Of course I fucking did, because I really like his music as well, too.
Of course you like Robbie Williams.
Yes.
Take
I'm
that.
British. I like Robbie Williams. I've got bad teeth. I get it. Anyway, it's very fun. It's enjoyable. I enjoyed it.
What's it called for all the people
Better
out
Man.
there?
It is currently streaming on Paramount.
How did you not sing Pearl Jam the whole time?
Because I don't have that.
Because you like Robbie
problem.
Williams more than that.
It's not that. It's not a competition, Michael.
It's all a competition.
No, it's not.
No?
To be a creator, not a competitor, sir.
Oh, okay.
Motherfucker.
Wayne Dyer has entered the chat.
Dr. Dead Wayne Dyer.
That's right. I'm going to live forever. He died? What? Okay, so you saw that movie and that's really good. Is that going to be your sync of the week?
No,
Did
it's
you
not.
Just give it away?
Give it away. It is not my sync of the week. My sync of the week is way
I do
fucking.
that all the time. I can't say give it away without.
Well, you've heard me. I can't say it's been a while or it's been. It's been. It's been a while, or there's so many. And if you're a songwriter and or a singer of any type,
I am.
Yes, you are. I'm not talking about
of
you.
A certain type.
Of a certain type. So now I'm just going to go ahead and change my sync of the week because it's not better.
Oh no!
Just kidding. No, it's
don't.
not. I got a really good one that made me very fucking happy. So I'm gonna save that shit for later. So what did you do while I'm over here basking in my Britishness?
I wrote songs.
I did that
this
too.
week. Yeah, I wrote songs this week for me.
Oh, you did? That's fucking awesome.
I'm getting into my my selfish songwriting era.
Excellent.
As I've been trying to pull up the shit for redelving out the sync stuff, and that's gonna come or whatever. But I just have been writing like a lot of stuff that I want to write for me. And again, this is a problem because I keep building the goddamn catalog that isn't done.
It's not a problem.
And you know what it is I saw Diane Warren on the William podcast, Magnificent Ones, the William Corgan podcast.
Yes.
Diane Warren, I love Diane Warren. Anyone that knows me knows she is like basically my hero.
Yeah,
and
I get it.
She is so off-putting. Like for someone to delve into her process as like a serious guy, and that's basically Billy Corgan.
Yeah.
She doesn't care about the process. She just like, I go to my room and I write, man. That's it.
Wow.
I and my room is a fucking mess, and I go and I write.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to write. Well, but what about do you feel like you're writing about the you that is in the world? I don't know, man. I'm writing a song.
Yeah.
And it's, she's just like, I just do it, and I don't know how I do it, and sometimes I write above myself, and But so anytime I see something about Diane Warren, my first instinct is to go and write a fucking song.
Fantastic.
Because I don't have the life just yet of getting back to where my life was, where I just was a songwriter every day, which I absolutely love doing that. And I'm moving towards that again, of just like, it doesn't matter. Like the money stuff doesn't really matter. Mm-hmm. Just write the damn songs and just write the damn songs.
Yeah.
But if you care at all, you should watch that podcast because you're not going to learn that much, but the thing is, what you need to know is that the world is just so much different for songwriters these days, than it was when she was, placing songs with Cher and Aerosmith and all that.
Yeah.
And so now she has to work with like a TikTok artist.
Yeah.
And she's like sitting in the room. And you're like, this person isn't real.
Yeah.
This isn't going to go anywhere. They just, They hit a nerve, and that's it.
I get that as a producer these days. A lot of people will come to me and they're like, "Hey, yo, I want to do this. I want to come. Me and my girl going to come spit some sweet shit in your ear holes." And I'm like, okay. And I usually say no to that. But a lot of people want to come and do a single, and I'm just not interested in doing one thing with an artist. I'd rather have an arc with an artist.
Yeah,
or you can learn to
sense.
produce yourself, and you should learn to produce yourself, I think, personally.
Yeah,
right?
That makes sense.
But if I'm I had somebody come to me and reach and he said, I want to do one song. And I said, well, you're looking for kind of a Dave Cobb kind of, Vance Powell 400 unit kind of Rival Sons kind of thing. That doesn't happen unless I put 4 or 5 guys in a room at the same time. And for you to do one song like that is a giant waste of your fucking money.
They're not coming down here for an hour.
Nope. You're not coming down here for an hour. You're not coming down
setting
here.
up for an hour.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not worth the time. And if you want that sound, that's the way it happens.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, man, like spending time with some of these people that are not in it to create and be consistent creators is just frustrating sometimes. And I totally get it. Her point. It's just not real. I mean, I understand she also has to pay the bills.
And I think I may be entering my sort of like Leonard Cohen phase. Like sort of like, I just really don't give a fuck. And I'm just going to do sparse songs. And like, I'm moving away from large productions. Even when I'm writing. Yeah. When you write a song, sometimes you start hearing. Yeah. Like when I was in bands and I was writing a song, I'm like, okay, how is this going to play in the second set? Is this a closer? Is it a middle? Yeah. That kind of shit. And then you're trying to think of arrangement-wise how long of an intro it might be. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it just colors you. If you're doing an album and you have to write the last 4 songs on an album, you write them differently. Yeah. And when I'm doing writing like right now, I'm just like doing the storytelling and sort of the play on words thing and trying to write sort of a classic song without any point of view of where it's going to go. Yeah. Who's going to do it, whether someone's going to see it live. I get a lot of shit for like not going to, there's reasons why I don't go to as many live shows as I used to. But one of the biggest reasons is for what? Yeah. I want to hear new music. I want to hear recordings of songs. And like everyone wants me to go hear a tribute cover band of something else. I'm care.
Sitting right here, man.
Yeah, I don't care. I want to, and I know I'm supposed to as a musician and music business guy or whatever. But it's like I've heard that song done 100 times, and it just doesn't floor me like it might someone else. Yeah.
I understand that, especially considering the amount of music you are consuming on a regular basis just because of the way that you operate.
I'm burned on that kind of shit where it's like, especially like listening wise, if I go and it doesn't sound good, which most live music doesn't sound great, it's not meant to. Yeah. And
meant to cover up the
then
flaws.
I'm just like, then I'm immediately out, and that's not fair. They could be doing a great job, and I'm like, it's not for me.
It's funny because I was having the conversation with somebody lately. There was a bunch of I was playing with some let's say some gentlemen that
other
are a
than
little
your
bit,
shit. I like watching you.
Well, it's because I'm a fucking delight.
You are,
yeah. But I'm playing with some people that are a few years older than me, and they're talking about like, well, we need to get together a 2.5 hour set so we can headline. I'm like, what fucking decade are you living in?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, at the most right now, I mean, I would say 90 minutes is it. And
245s?
I would say, like, or yeah, maybe. But if you're playing to a demographic that is our age, give me 3-hour-long sets of varying, intensities, and send everybody to get their tabs and go home. Right? That's good for me. I'm okay with that. I don't need. I want a fucking entertaining show from beginning to end. I want no filler. Don't fuck around with none of that fucking bullshit in the middle. It's our new record. I don't want that. Give me this. Just kidding. Yeah. You know what I mean? I want an entertaining show. And it's not because my attention span is short. I'm reading 3-4 books in a week right now. I can do long form shit. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not about that. is that I have limited places to dedicate my energy and attention, and I do not want it to be boring.
I totally agree. I had this conversation with someone last week about my level of authenticity that I need is really high.
Yeah.
So like, if I get pulled out at like, and I think this is something that happens with a lot of younger folks right now too, is that they want that connection in real life. And but the thing is like, once you screw it up a little bit, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like I was in a moment and the lights and the video and it was all coming together. And this is like an experience. The music is moving me. And then go to our merch table in the back and go see Becky. And oh my God. And then I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I was with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I get it. Like bands, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. But there's a way to do it.
I know you have a merch table.
Yeah. I passed it on the way to the bar several times.
Because it has a big sign on it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe flash it on the video screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe do something fun, anyway. So.
I came across a bunch of, one of the things I was doing this last weekend was a whole lot of getting rid of a bunch of old hard drives. And I found a bunch of old promotion for some of my old bands.
Ooh.
And it was just videos I put up on YouTube to promote shows. Now, bear in mind, this is like 17 years ago I was doing this. Right.
Yeah.
And I found these things that was basically like they were a minute long, and it was just basically our personalities on video. And it had all the information, and there was a kind of a sub narrative with the subtitles. It's a whole bunch of shit going on. One time I did an interview with myself in no pants. And basically split screened it. And this there's ways for you to do all the things you want to do as a creator and still run a tight fucking ship, right?
Absolutely.
So when you're on stage, you're giving everybody the experience that they came for.
I had a kid ask me about about shows.
Yeah.
How do I do a better show? How do I do a show? He showed me what his show looked like, and I was like, "That's not a show.
Yeah,
that's a gig.
That's a bunch of songs put together."
Yeah,
in
I was
a
like,
line.
"That's not a show." And he's like, "Well, what do you mean?" I was like, "Where there's no introduction, there's no There's no in between. There's no play between the music going into the next song. They don't flow together. It's not a show, and I don't know how to teach you that.
Yeah,
I mean, I can, but I'd have to know your whole oeuvre.
Yeah,
I was like, this is a gig.
Yeah,
you're talking, you're yelling back at the drummer, tapping on mics.
Yeah,
you're bending down, touching your board. It was just like It's good. You're good.
Yeah.
But that's why it doesn't feel like a show, because it's not.
There was a show I did. I've done a couple shows in the last year where basically from the moment the doors open to the beginning of the show, we do an evening with, we are in control. It's the outer limits. We are in control of the horizontal, the vertical, and we're playing all of the music and we run everything together. And there's all these little subtle things going on overhead and in the video screen while that first part of the show is happening. We are in control of all that. You are, as an artist, can be in control of all of that.
Yeah.
So,
and I think,
do it.
I mean, that happens in tribs, right?
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of bands don't care enough about their music to think about it that artistically.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift does, but she puts it in eras.
Yeah.
But if you do it, if you think about it that way, what is the story tonight that I'm trying to take you on? What's the journey?
Yeah.
And I know that just sounds so douchebag, but I mean, when you're charging $20 and beers are $12, you better fucking take me on a story journey.
Yeah. And I don't want it to be too long of a story.
Yeah, and end the story.
Yeah, end the story at some point and make me feel satisfied. I remember doing a thing where I walked into a theater. We were playing this is, again, a long time ago. I walked into a theater and I said, I want to turn this theater into a big top tent. And I want trapeze artists. And of course, they were like, the fire department says you can do none of that. And I said, okay. And I figured out how to do some of that stuff anyway and turn this place into this kind of madhouse circus. And we had a great fucking show and it had a narrative from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Just fucking give a shit. That's all we're asking for.
And that's the other thing is that young musicians don't understand. That's the shit that fans go and tell their friends about.
Yeah.
Like
I went and saw
walked
it,
in,
and then
and there was like this chick that was hanging from the wires, and she was spinning, and there was this video thing going, because they can't talk to you about the songs.
Yeah.
There was this one song that went like this, and they go do 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 da da da.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. But like if you're like, oh, it felt like they were doing this thing in the middle where there was like a road, and you can at least like tell a story back on that.
Yeah.
That will get other fans to be like, oh shit, I'd go out for that.
Yeah. That
I'm
actually
not going to go
drives
out
people.
and watch you in ripped up jeans just, play a Jaguar. I don't care.
It leads people to your art is what that does. And that
Yeah.
it makes people like go, hey, what was that one song they were playing when the fucking werewolf was chasing that one dude across the stage and then ripped his throat out?
Yeah.
Remember that part? Yeah, that was this song. That's cool, man.
And by the way, this isn't all high art. This is the same thing that like if a punk band, a guy tears his shirt off and he's cutting himself with razor blades, or someone is crowd surfing.
Yeah.
Or, that kind of like there's other shit that you can do depending on what your thing is.
Like we're just a couple of old guys yelling at a cloud right now, aren't we?
Totally. Why do you guys need to be more like Iggy Pop? No, I'm talking about Lambrini girls.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's get to Music Biz Bits. I got a few little things to share with you
Excellent.
today. Music Biz Bits. Hey, YouTube is coming on strong, everybody. 125 million paid YouTube Music and Premium subscribers.
That's great.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I'm very much in the business, and I know how this works.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who is subscribed to just YouTube Music.
I don't either.
I am a YouTube Premium member. Full disclosure, I think it's one of the best subscriptions I have. I am on YouTube all day long.
Yeah.
And I use it for music. I use it for art and history and fun things and podcasts and stuff. So,
You have a podcast?
That's including trials and the subscribers worldwide. So they're bumping the numbers a little bit. And let me tell you why. Because that milestone means YouTube added 25 million subscribers over the past 12 months.
That's intense.
So they went from 100
Yeah.
to 125 in 1 year.
Wow.
And that means they're working at about a clip of 2 million ads per month. Now, where that is, what the subscription price is it India? Is it, UK? Is it? I don't know where those numbers fall, but that's the big headline coming out from Layer Cohen, and I think that's good.
Yeah.
The way they explain it is they are still in a rabbit and hare race with Spotify from a music standpoint. They are, I imagine they are not rabbit, hare, turtle.
Rabbit, tortoise.
Tortoise, yes.
Turtles swim in
Tortoise
water.
hare?
Tortoise and the hare. The Aesop fable. You're welcome.
There you go. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Another story here is Sony Music has already taken down more than 75,000 examples of AI deepfake content.
Ooh.
Based on their artists. So that's just Sony Music artists.
Wow.
They had to do a submission to the UK government, which is part of that consultation of the AI and Copyright Music Act that we were talking about a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fair to say it's a problem.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah. Except, it's a bigger problem than what they're saying, because this is just, someone acting like, someone like faking a song and then like putting an extra letter on the end of it and loading an artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like, the AI music that's just flooding and taking jobs from regular music creators. But yeah. But yeah, it's a huge problem. Already 75,000.
That's just for Sony Music.
That's just for Sony, and it's probably not 75. It's
and
that's not like, Jenny and Tanya working for Sony. That's an AI thing going on there too.
Yeah.
Trying to isolate it and then do takedowns and and so it's probably a lot bigger.
Is an AI? Are they using AI to find these?
Yes.
So I'm sorry, Skynet's fighting Skynet.
Yes.
This is fucking awesome.
One of those is spelled with 2 T's. All right, that does it for a little music business news.
That's
Let's
fantastic.
get to some new songs. Let's turn you on, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Stu and I listened to 2 songs this week. And we would like you to do the same. Stu is
Yes.
going to lead us off with the brand new song that's been released just recently.
Yeah, it was last
Stu,
week.
hit us with that.
It's the Pretty Wild, and the song is called Button Eyes. I'm in the middle of doing it's business tax time, and so I like the heavy shit when it's tax time.
Yeah.
And so I came to these. They had a song with Kitty and Diamante, I believe was the other person. They did a cover of Metallica's Unforgiven. It was in Queen of the Ring. I think I didn't see the movie. I just heard this. I heard the song. So I kind of went down the rabbit hole of this, and this is the newest single that came out. They've been teasing it on their socials for a little bit, and Pretty Wild's a very much a Vegas sounding band, at least in my opinion. They sound like a metal band from Vegas. It's a pair of sisters, Jill and Jules, and is their last name Wild? I can't remember. I wrote it down.
I don't know.
I thought I wrote it down.
I love that her name is spelled J-Y-L.
Yes, kind of like Ayn.
Yeah, if you're with child right now, consider that name. That's a cool fucking name.
That's a cool fucking name. They're it's cool. The music kind of reminds me of. I think that it sounds like Mike Shinoda cut up a guitar part. Some of these guitar parts, like it sounds like vague. The instrumentation kind of reminds me of Linkin Parkish. It gets a little genty, a little heavy, a little screamy at times. But it had this cool thing where it was like, I thought I was listening to a pop singer metal remix almost. Does that make sense? And there was
totally.
Yeah, there's like all these little like hooks in between stuff. They're like, it's a weird and very cool little crossover kind of thing. The breakdown is absolutely slapping. It'll put hair on your nipples. Whether you want it or not.
Right.
But I really like the way it was produced. With like all the little melodic hooks in between stuff. Sometimes a little harder to hear what they're saying because it is a little screamy. But they do call themselves metaphysical metalcore. So they're a little headier, a little more ethereal, a little bit more energetically sensitive, shall we say?
I think it's really accessible kind of new metal. It does like the track could be from 2000, 2002, something like that.
Yeah.
But you're used to hearing grindcore kind of vocals come in on the chorus, and they keep it pretty melodic. Not that they don't slam at some point, but they do keep a very melodic thing. So I think it's more accessible for some other people to get into kind of harder new metalcore kind of shit.
Not that they don't
Sumerian
scream
Records.
It, yeah. Sumerian Records
put this out. Very nice.
Yeah.
I wanted to read what they said about the song. This song is for anyone who's ever felt objectified, used, or controlled. It's about the moment you consciously break free from manipulation and you sever ties with that toxicity for good. I don't know if anyone's been going through that these days.
I know what
we
you're
use
talking about,
dolls as a vessel for this theme, mostly as a way to blend playful melodies and imagery in a way that lightens a heavy conversation topic. There's some abuse topic going on here.
Yeah.
Some unresolved childhood issues, I think, but I think it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very, I dug the shit out of it, and it is heavy. And some of their other stuff they have another EP from like 2023, might be a little too growly.
Yeah.
For some of you, but this song is
cool.
Early
stuff.
Yeah, this song is really fucking cool, playing with some more melodic stuff, and they're definitely leaning into the vibe of this. It's like a these are the kind of girls I used to fall in love with in high school at Hot Topic. So,
hell yeah. Yeah, these are the chicks out back at Hot Topic bumming a Marlboro Light from you.
Marlboro Light? Fuck you. Marlboro Reds. Cowboy Killers, baby. Come on now. Anyway.
All right, so that is the Pretty Wild Button Eyes. Check it out. I'm going to get to the old song. We're going to keep with the theme here. Sisters. I'm going to bring it all the way back to 1977. All the way back to 1977, putting on the vinyl. This is Heart. Crazy on You.
Wow.
A band called Heart, Crazy on You. You may know them from the 80s and all their weird things in the 80s, which are all great songs. They really are.
Dreams.
Yes, they hold up today. They're like, then they were kind of cheesy, and now you're like, wow, that's actually a pretty good song.
Alone. Fuck yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't be on a horse in that much makeup, but other than that, pretty cool. But if you go all the way back to 1977, and a lot of people know Heart and Barracuda and all that kind of stuff, there's a song called Crazy on You, which is just a killer song from Dreamboat Annie. And it starts with a folk acoustic riff. It moves into a Renaissance type riff that can be played on a lute. Then it goes into an acoustic rock riff before there was acoustic rock.
Yeah.
And then into total kind of hard rock.
Yeah. That's a fucking hammer of a riff, too.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And I mean, both of them are shining examples of their instruments in this song. Nancy Wilson is an amazing guitarist. Ann Wilson is one of the best singers who's ever done it.
Yeah.
And she shows it on this in about the third minute. And so if you want to hear how a chick can go from, kind of small singing to full-throated Hammer of the Gods, Led Zeppelin type stuff, which is what they were trying to do here, is make a Led Zeppelin album, and they kind of did.
Yeah.
And it's just a fucking great song. If you've never heard it, you must. If it's been a while, you should.
It's been a while.
Then you should really check it out. It's Heart, Crazy on You.
Dude, that fucking acoustic riff on the beginning of this song is way harder than it sounds. I mean,
it's hard to play perfectly.
It is very hard to play perfectly. It's one of those things.
It's a mess. It's like it's off the rails.
Kind of, but it's also just the way she plays. Like it's
that's what I mean. Like it's just a style thing. It's like Guns N' Roses. Like you can play it.
Yeah.
But you're probably not going to play it like everyone's heard it.
Yeah. The little things about it. And I mean that guitar tone on that riff when it comes in. And I think every guitar player should learn that riff and learn how to play it so that you are matching that record exactly. Because there's some phrasing shit in that is worth your time. And I mean, fuck, Anne is like one of my top 5 singers of all time, and still out doing it, even though she's in a wheelchair right now.
And I did want to mention that she's still going through cancer treatment. I think she's beat it, we think.
Yeah.
But man, rolled her out, and she did a show the other night.
Yeah, sure did.
She did all right.
Yeah.
She did all right. She's
Yeah.
still kicking ass, and what, 50, 40 years, 45 years later?
Yeah, something like that.
And I think it's like, we can't forget about Heart. Heart has a place in the American songbook that doesn't get enough credit, I don't think. And it should. They should. And
I agree.
Seriously, probably one of the more influential things to me, because I was a rock acoustic guitarist primarily.
Yeah.
Because of this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I like both of it. I like playing a little intricate acoustic thing, but then I just want to jam.
Yeah. Yeah. Together they're just, it's a great one.
I love it. So there's Heart, Crazy on You. Take a listen this week.
BT Dubs, Ann is 74 years old.
Woo. That means Nancy's 72, 73?
Something like that, yeah. Still fucking hammering. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cameron Crowe, what's up? All right, let's move it along and get to the Sing of the Week.
This is so I watched Better Man. Just kidding. Not gonna fucking do that to you. I finally. If you're into spy shit, we are living, in the time when we got a little holdover from, times, you see when things are happier in the world, you tend to get a lot of, kind of post-apocalyptic, depressing, murder shows. And then when things are a little harder around the neighborhood,
like Legally Blonde,
you get Legally Blonde. Legally Blonde, definitely a real deep cut there, St. James. Well done. But I just finished The Agency. Holy fuck, it's good. If you're into that kind of thing, it's a lot of lovely British kitchens, as we know we like around here.
We do.
Kitchens. Great British kitchens. It was a really, like, to the point that we got to the end of it and we were both like, me and my person were both like, holy fuck, is that it? I want more now.
Yes.
Now. It is beautifully paced. It is very well done. And in episode 9 of this first season, there's a beautiful drop of Radiohead's climbing up the walls over a very, very, very uncomfortable scene, shall we say. There's some tensions, shall we say, but it's played very patiently, and this fucking riff in the background and those fucking haunting lyrics and melody from Tom York, it's just like OK Computer is a very uncomfortable record sometimes. It's brilliant, but it is like some of the sounds
it's
on
challenging.
It's an incredible record in my opinion. There were times when I listened to it, I'm going, "Holy fuck, are my speakers broken?" No, that's the sound they were going for, you know. And this is an example of that kind of stuff, playing with that in the background while some things are unraveling for our central protagonist, shall we say. I looked up the soup on this one, and she wasn't listed, but on all 9 other episodes, it was Linda Cohen was the supervisor on that. On the other 9 episodes, she was not listed on this one, but I'm guessing that was just somebody was like, some intern is getting fired now. So, you know, I'm guessing she did the whole season.
Probably the music coordinator.
Yeah. Like, oh, dear, we've blown it.
Paperwork person got fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's if you're into kind of moody British spy shit involving, even though it's not British, they're in Britain. See, this is why I'm watching all the British shit right now. It's just better.
I am too. Yeah. I can't, as much as like we are in a renaissance of spy shit.
Yeah.
I'm out. Like right now, I'm out of shit to watch.
You've blown them all.
By the way, can I just say, I really appreciate that Netflix and Apple think I'm smarter than I am, because boy, do they serve me some shit that's like I'm not bilingual. I don't know Spanish. I don't there's some like shit that like the Polish, they're throwing me a Polish show.
Fantastic.
And I'm like, I don't know that language. So I appreciate your view of me. But I'm not that cool.
Yeah,
I'm not that cool.
You've been fucking that algorithm up. They're just like sending you. You watched all
They'll
of Dark.
Throw me anything. Yeah, anything. But yes, I mean but Black Bag is coming. It's in the theater, and it's going to be coming out, and there's more. I'm happy to see Fassbender back. He had a little bit of a lull there.
Yeah.
Came back with Killer.
Yeah, which is great.
Which is great. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I love this, and I think as a genre, I'm all in on all of it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Black Doves, like just keep going. Whatever you want. The Night Agent.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going. The Ages. I don't care.
The thing I'm enjoying about it is it's not like one of the things I'm kind of fatigued on from some of this stuff is big. I don't need big action sequences.
No
anymore.
I want quiet, tense conversations in a skiff.
Yeah. In a skiff? Wow. Okay. No, I get it though. Like I want the mood and I want the energy of the whole thing, but I don't need Captain America flying around anymore. I've seen it and I enjoyed it. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
But
I don't need drone shots over Afghanistan. I don't need I don't need all that stuff.
Yeah. Plus Richard Gere. Come on now.
All right. Still fine. He's Silver Fox. Still fine. Hey, is that you being lost or is that me being lost? Can you see me?
Oh, I heard you. I don't know. Did we have an internet connection issue? There it is.
Yeah, but I think we're all right.
All right.
All right, I'm going to get to mine,
later.
which is kind of interesting because it sort of dovetails off of yours.
Oh, I love it.
I watched The Heretic.
Oh.
On HBO Max.
Fantastic.
If you haven't seen it, you've heard about it. Hugh Grant is the lead in it. And it is everything that it's an A24. So
Excellent.
If you're down for horror and you know about A24, then you already know. You already know it's good. And it was, even going into it, thinking, I love this kind of shit, this sort of like twist on religion stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's spy and religious shit. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
So this was like, there are no spies in this. But anyway, it's Hugh Grant, A24. It's called The Heretic on HBO Max. I'm not going to go too far on what my sync is because it's very central to the story, but I want to bring it up because it matters. And so the song is The Hollies, The Air That I Breathe.
Great song.
Great song. Old song. And Hugh Grant's character is making the case for iteration of religion. That religions all are based on other religions and they just get reiterated as they go along. Mm-hmm. So maybe from Judaism to Christianity to Islam to Mormonism to whatever. and that it's all basically where we need to get back to an original truth about religion. I'm not going to go much further with that.
Okay.
But he's using this song as an example of iteration, and I will just say this. No spoilers, but I'm going to say the Hollies to Radiohead to Lana Del Rey. And when you see this movie, you're going to see this movie. If you're at all into horror or this kind of stuff, it's not too slasher. It's just enough. It's very tense. It's a lot of conversational stuff. Excellent. It's very heady, very thriller. And so it's, if you're down for that kind of movie, it's not just a bunch of blood and killing. In fact, it's very little of that. So if you're down for sort of insular horror that is like more mental and theatrical, this is the movie for you. Hugh Grant did a great job on it, and you should go see it on HBO and Max. But when you hear this, you're going to see the Hollies to Radiohead to Lana Del Rey. And when you hear this thing, I want you to know everything he is saying about the songs are true.
Fantastic.
It's all a very true thing that happens in copyright, where they start getting writer's credit, and then that band sues the other band, and the other band has to sue the other band because that band just ripped off the other band. It's all true, and it's a great movie about Mormonism. If you've ever studied a bit of the Jesus Christ Church of the Latter-day Saints, they don't like to be called Mormons.
Maybe.
Baby. So anyway, Heretic on HBO Max. The music soup is Natasha Dupree. And so there you go. I want you to go see Heretic.
Fantastic.
On HBO Max.
That's an excellent choice. I have not seen it yet, but I do love everything A24 is putting out. So
everything.
I'm in.
They haven't gone wrong.
I'm also intrigued about several of the Blumhouse projects that are coming out.
Yeah.
With Kevin Bacon. I will say no more.
Nope, don't say anymore. Don't say anymore. And I don't want to ruin the movie for you, but it's central to the whole theme of the movie. And I love when music and kind of music business is central to a point in a movie. And so, of course, I had to bring it up.
Excellent. It's a good choice.
All right, let's get to last call and get you on your way out of here, everyone. We hope you're having a good week. I am going to do a shout out to the Northside Black Masque Theater Company of Denver North High School.
Excellent.
You may find them on Instagram at DNorthVikings. That is the Denver North Vikings skull.
Well done.
I'm shouting out the Northside Black Masque Theater Company because a good friend of mine is doing his final show as a senior. And he had in high school. The high school days are over for some of my friends' kids. It's a sad and a joyous event. They will be moving on to other things in college as they move on into their adult life.
Yep.
Shrek is going to be the final show in the musical.
Fantastic.
And we're going to do some interesting things with Northside Black Masque Theater Company and people that help them in some fundraising this Saturday. If you are in Denver or you have the chance to support a local high school who is busting their ass in doing really good art, and they're doing really good shows, challenging shows, by the way. And Stu, by the way, knows the musical director.
I do.
Intimately. Well, wait a minute. I shouldn't say
Not
it like
intimately.
That. No, he just knows her. But anyway, so I'm going to shout out Northside Black Masque Theater Company for all of the work you do. And shout out to the kids, all the seniors this year graduating. It's been a wonderful joy to help support you over the past 4 years, or whatever it's been. And what a run. It's been great.
Fantastic. That's lovely. Yes, lots of things coming thrould.
And if you can't support them, go support your local high school if you're listening across the whatever, or your local what would you call it in the UK?
Fuck all.
Because we have some UK things. University.
You're talking about uni?
That's college.
University? Yes. Or are you talking about like
your local
senior school?
What would high school be in your primary?
Well, primary school is like junior high-ish, or like young and grade school, younger. And I think senior, I can't fucking remember. I went to an all-boys school.
Hey, if you're a UK Brit out there, why don't you tell us what it's called?
Yeah, tell me what it's called now. I haven't been back in like 30-something years. We're fine.
Go support them. Go support your school.
Absolutely. That's a great last call. May I throw one out?
Please do.
I would like to salute the balls on Universal Audio for putting a non-disparagement clause in their user agreement. It says, customer agrees that customer shall not make any public statement about, nor publish in any chat room, online forum, or other media any content about UA or any UA licensor authorized UA seller that damages or is intended to damage that party's reputation.
You should stop there.
Yeah.
I am not a UA user. Fuck you, UA, for doing that. I don't give a fuck about your goddamn iLock. I don't give a fuck about your non-disparaging clause. You're screwing up musicians' lives. You're screwing up creators' lives, and you're doing it for money, and it's bullshit.
Are you done?
Yes.
Anyway, I just thought that was hilarious that was in there.
You signed yes on it. I didn't.
I had to.
I know.
It's thousands of dollars of equipment here. I just thought it was...
Wait a minute. Oh, shit. Hold on. Is the Volt?
The Volt is UA. You're welcome.
God damn it. I'm sorry, UA. I love the Volt 4 and the Volt 402. What a lovely piece of hardware.
Yeah.
What a fantastic company that supports musicians and creators around the world.
I do love my Apollos. I really do.
Well, but, yeah. I mean, I got the original duet here.
Yeah. That's Apogee.
I mean, that's what you're listening to right now. Yeah,
really.
Apogee.
Yeah. That's not Universal Audio.
I know.
I'm just making sure that we're like, okay, I'm going to see you later. I've been sick all weekend. I can't feel my face.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you. Also recorded on Universal Audio. What a great company, by the way.
Wonderful. Just a wonder.
Great company.
Great company. Yeah.
Hey, send us some jokes and comments and hilarious announcements, and we might shout you out unless you're Universal Audio, and then you don't need us to shout you out. We will just shout you out because what a great company that supports everyone. And, hey, that's a wrap for us. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell on YouTube. Ding! Throw us a follow on Spotify. Give us 5 stars. Leave a silly comment over there on Apple Podcast, people. Follow us at 2ShotsMusicPod, and until we talk to you next week, we hope you continue to look good and write a great song.
We get into your selfish songwriting period, y'all. It's time.
Really, this is your era to just start writing songs for fun.
Yes. Agreed.
Because that's the only way you're going to write a great one.
Amen, sister.
Amen, sister. Amen, sister. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you guys have a great day. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.